if you look back on it, that's what it was all about. Not only to go fast, but it was also you want to be different.
Peter Dreise says when it comes to classic car restoration, don't think inside or outside the box. Throw away the box completely, push the boundaries of your imagination, and you'll be able to create something truly different.
As a kid, I always loved to see it. Finally, when I was skilled enough to do it, I had my own vision, and that's what I love to do, and see how far I can go.
In Peter's home country, Holland, he learned the trade of panel making working at a Royal Airline company for 30 years. When his family immigrated to Canada, he decided to turn his hobby of fabricating cars into his full-time career.
Every day, I go back into the shop, fabricate a piece for a car, and every day it's a learning curve for me. So every day I learn something new. And I can stand back at the end of the day, pick up the piece and go like, right on.
Peter considers himself very old school. That's why his restoration company is Pete's Old School.
It's very important that the quality is done the right way. Old school proved itself over the years, and the new stuff, in my eyes, didn't.
Peter's building methods may be traditional, but his vision for classic car restoration is innovative.
I wanted to show people what I could do with steel before the nice shiny paint job. And that's how I came up with the raw metal, the stressed look. I still wanted to have it a little bit of ratty, roddy looking, at least so I could show people where my welds are and how I form my panels and stuff.
This rat rod started out as a 1935 Chevy high-top truck, but very quickly became Peter's own design.
It's been called the Dreise steampunk rat rod.
For those who don't know what a rat rod is, it's basically a car thrown together with whatever parts the restorer can find. It remains unpainted, letting the rust or multicolored panels show.
It started in the Depression. People couldn't afford a car, so what they did, they scrounged on the wrecking yards, find parts, and threw cars basically from scratch built to be able to drive.
Although this car was built with new materials, it uses second-hand fixtures.
I picked up that tank, a 1908 Rio truck tank, but it didn't have a gaslit. So I found a brass fire extinguisher, cut the top off and welded it onto the tank. And then I rolled the rest of the tank flat and used that to make all the garnish molding, like around the exhaust, all this stuff, and even the gauges.
With the exception of the cab, everything is hand fabricated. The front and rear fenders are 60 and 80% fabricated, and all other parts are 100% scratch built.
So I made my own frame, I made my own four-link suspension, my watch linkages, air ride suspension.
If you're thinking a U-built car is a lot of work, you're right. This beauty took about 1,500 working hours to start and finish, but the hours invested in this car were well spent.
It drives phenomenal. Because it's a scratch build, my own build, you never know. Sometimes I fly by the seats of my pants and it's just using common sense and math, but it drives really nice.
Peter says he's more of a builder than a driver, so even though this rat rod drives like a dream on the road, he's already on to his next project in the shop. In Shawnigan Lake, I'm Rayanne the Plant.